Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Year of You. We are at number 6 in our self-care series. And our topic today is self-care in relationships. So hi, I'm Allie Phillips. And the information I'm going to share today is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease because I am going to talk about some essential oil products. But let me tell you a little bit about me first. I am a former prosecuting attorney. I am a legal educator, a public speaker, a published and award-winning author. I am an advocate for animals and families. I am also a founder and CEO of a nonprofit called Sheltering Animals and Families Together, where I help domestic violence shelters create on-site pet housing. I also have my healing business called Manifested Harmony, where I am certified in 3 different energy healing modalities as a master teacher. I am an essential oil educator and non-toxic lifestyle educator, and all of this involves pets. I specialize in pets. I also help people, but I do specialize in pets. And because of all of that, I am a self-care seeker. So speaking of pets, if you are not aware, my publication is now available on my website, The Oily Pet, and it's how to safely use essential oils with cats and dogs. And I go through a lot of great information, even beyond essential oils, just all different ways to help your pets be healthy and happy. And so all year long, I am covering a different self-care topic. We happen to be in Relationship Month. On the screen, I actually had to flip July and August because I also have local, here in mid-Michigan, I have local team meetups, and because of where we are meeting, I had to flip the months. This month is self-care in relationships. Next month in July is self-care with fun. In August, we are doing self-care with community. So if you want to attend any of these future webinars, just go to my website at manifestedharmony.com, get yourself registered, and you'll also find on that page the links to the past webinars. You can also find them all on my YouTube page. And I chose self-care after really talking with my essential oil wellness team and found that a lot of people struggle in providing self-care. And self-care is not going and getting a mani-pedi. That's fun and that's enjoyable. That's really not what self-care is. And so I chose and decided to dedicate 2019 to taking care of myself, and I am sharing what I am doing and what I am learning with all of you. So I hope it's helpful. I hope it's helpful. And so as we get ready to dive into relationships, self-care is really a mindset. And I love this quote from Nadia Noreen, where she says, looking after yourself the way you would look after someone you love, that is self-care. And especially in relationships and the relationship that you have with yourself. So let's dive right in, because we're going to talk about your relationship with yourself. We're going to talk about, let me check my notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different relationships that we have in our lives. The first one is the most important one, and that is the relationship with ourselves. When you take care of yourself, all of your relationships will benefit. I hear time and time and time and time again, and it just breaks my heart when women in particular say, I can't do this, or I can't go to that, or I can't have this because I'm a busy mom, I'm a working mom, I have too many constraints on my time, and they're running and running and running, doing for everybody but themselves. And actually everybody around them is suffering because of it. It is not selfish to take care of yourself. It is self-care, and everyone around you will benefit. So because of that, our most complex relationship is actually with ourselves. The problem is that we are so hard on ourselves. We feel that we have to do for others before we can do for ourselves. Hold on, I am just making sure. I just need to make sure that videos are not on. So hold on. I'm sorry, that always distracts me when someone comes in and I need to make sure that the videos are not showing. All right, hold on. Lori, can you take your video off? I'm sorry, it's disrupting the screen. Sorry. All right, there we go. All right, sorry about that. It's kind of a funny system when people chime in. I don't know why it is that way. Anyway, the problem is that we're so hard on ourselves. We are so critical. We talk to ourselves in ways that we would never talk to someone else. And a lot of this is subconscious chatter that is so ingrained in us that we don't even know what's happening anymore. And the thing is, our relationship with ourselves is our longest relationship. We have to nurture it. We have to take care of ourselves first. Otherwise, we can never take care of anybody else. So when I see these amazing working moms running themselves ragged to serve their company or their own business and to serve their spouse and serve their child, and they don't serve themselves, every single one of those relationships suffers. And it absolutely does. I see it all the time. But it's really hard to change that mindset. And so it is always about, first and foremost, being kind to yourself. It's being kind to yourself first and foremost. And what I mean by that is, when you talk to yourself, when you look at yourself in the mirror, especially when you screw up, you need to talk to yourself like it is your 3-year-old self. Because we would never berate a 3-year-old the way that we berate ourselves. We would never do that. That would actually be child abuse in some states. So it's always being kind to ourselves. It's thinking about the things that you like about yourself, and it's really avoiding social media perfection and comparing yourselves to other people and what they're doing. Because most people, when they're posting their selfies, you want to know how long it took them to look that way? A long time. So do not compare yourself. Be kind to yourself. Accept compliments. A lot of people, I noticed, don't accept compliments. I was one of those people. And it was because I was so stressed, I just didn't feel good about myself. So I wasn't going to accept a compliment. When you start accepting compliments, it actually boosts your self-esteem. Looking people in the eyes and connecting boosts your self-esteem and boosts your relationship with yourself. Letting your feelings out in a healthy way, because they are not going to go away. Every experience we've ever had in life stores at the cellular level. Every experience, every little slight, every little insult, every little annoyance, and every major trauma stores at the cellular level. So when I get to products, this is where I'm really going to dive deep and show you how to use some products that's going to help start getting those out. But we have to let the emotions go. We need to release the criticism, the gossip, the complaints, the negative talk, the negative emotions, the negative mindset, the rabbit hole thoughts that we have. Don't let these consume your thoughts for days. And if you find yourself being consumed by negative thoughts, the products I'm going to talk about are going to help you with that. We also need to let disappointment go. This has been one of the biggest lessons for me to learn, because I have such high expectations for myself. I have virtually no expectations for other people, except if they say they're going to do something, I expect that they're going to do it. And most people don't follow through. I mean, it just is what it is. It's not a judgment. It's not a criticism. It just is what it is. But I would get very disappointed, and I've really had to work on that to bounce back, because when that happens, it had nothing to do with me. And when you're disappointed, it has nothing to do with you. So it's just letting it go. We need to see our flaws and our weaknesses as strengths, because it makes us unique. If we were all the same, this would be a very, very boring world. We need to speak up for ourselves. We should not be letting people or letting our mind trample all over ourselves. So it's looking in the mirror and speaking up for yourself and saying, you know what? I'm a good person, or I'm a hard worker, or I'm a good mom, or I'm a good spouse, or whatever it is. Speak up for yourself. Understand that it is not your job to please others. And I know that's going to sound very controversial to some people. Some people feel that they were put on this earth to sacrifice themselves in order to please others. Nope, 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 nope. That is solely your relationship with yourself. And when you work on the relationship with yourself, you will get yourself out of that. You are nobody's servant. When you are strong and you are whole and living your life, everyone around you benefits. Everyone, children, pets, spouse, parents, coworkers, your boss, everyone benefits when you are you. And so when you are people pleasing, you're not you. You're not you at all. It's also about pursuing your dreams. So don't put your dreams on hold. And I see this all the time. Oh, and again, it just hurts my heart when people say, well, I would love to do that project, or I would like to start that side business, or I would like to go to this conference, but fill in the relationship that's stopping them. Or when they say, you know what, when I get XYZ, then I can do it. Or when I get XYZ, I'll be happy. Stop holding yourself back. Stop putting those conditions on yourself. Just because you have a job, just because you're married, just because you have kids, just because you have a busy life, doesn't mean that you can't pursue your dreams. And this is what I see all the time. And I ask people, what are your dreams? And I get blank stares. And that's sad. And that solely goes to the relationship you have with yourself. So this is about being you, being authentically you, and stop trying to be perfect. And, stop trying to hide your self-esteem issues. Just be you. Be authentically you. Some of the most successful, hilarious, awesome people I know are a hot mess. And they just put it out there. They just are, because they are authentically themselves. And it really helps them with their self-care. And so taking care of the relationship with yourself is going to cross all the other boundaries into your relationship. So this one is number one and really should be a top priority in your life. Because when you work on the relationship with yourself, you're working on your self-esteem and working on being secure in who you are, imperfections and all. And that is so important. And it's so important to really be careful how you are talking to yourself, because you are listening. So be very conscious of how you talk to yourself and catch yourself. And when you say something, when you know you have said something negative to yourself, immediately follow it with something positive. I mean, even if you royally screwed up on something, at least follow it with, you know what, Allie, you did the best that you could. At least you tried. At least you tried. Okay? So doing stuff like that is going to help. All right, let's talk about the next set of relationships. This is a relationship with a partner. So the big thing about relationship with partners is you have to heal yourself. You have to be you. This is why we talked about the relationship with yourself first. Because if you don't do that work, you are going to be a hot mess in a partnership. You are. You are going to come into that with baggage and not being your whole self. When I hear the Jerry Maguire catchphrase, you complete me, nope. Nobody completes anybody. Nobody completes anybody. You got to bring your whole self. You bring your whole self into the relationship. So you have to heal yourself first before you can be with anybody else. You really do. It's about healing old wounds. It's never bringing that baggage into a current relationship. I'm going to talk about the feelings kit when I get to products, because that is really going to help heal old wounds. It's about maintaining your sense of self. Oh, this is so hard to see when people lose themselves in a partnership. They compromise to the point where they cease to exist. They stop seeing their friends. They stop going out. They feel like, they have to do everything with their partner. They can't do anything on their own. They can't go to the movies alone. They can't go to a restaurant alone. God forbid, they can't go on vacation alone. That, to me, that is not a partnership. That is bondage. That is just losing all sight of who you are as a person. Because if you're not living your life and what you want, who's going to live it? Who's going to live it? And then you lose all of your dreams. And then all those things that I just talked about, you're not doing. You're not yourself. You're not pursuing your dreams. You're not speaking up for yourself. So it's about doing what you enjoy. Stay connected with everything that you were connected to, everything that you're passionate about. Okay, no one needs to give up their identity or who they are in order to be in a partnership with somebody. So it's maintaining your sense of self. It's pursuing your dreams. But also understanding your love language. Have you taken the love language test? Just go online and type love language test. You can totally take it. And there's an amazing book. This book came out, oh my gosh, 25 years ago? It was a long time ago. But we all fall into one of 5 categories. That is our love language. And when our partner speaks this love language to us, we are full. I mean, we just feel good. And when we speak their love language, they feel good. And so it's either words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, or physical touch. But when you're speaking a love language, what you're not doing is giving up so much of yourself in order to keep the peace. If you are in a partnership where your day is spent keeping the peace and swallowing your words and biting your tongue and walking on eggshells, that is not a partnership. It's not. It's not a partnership, and it's not a relationship. It's very toxic, and eventually it's going to take its toll on your entire body and your emotions. So it's about not giving up who you are in order to be in a partnership. But it's also understanding, I'll never forget when Oprah said this. I was at some conference it was her conference. And she said, people show you exactly who they are. We just don't listen. And I have followed that ever since. I don't no longer give the benefit of the doubt. Giving the benefit of the doubt is one of the worst things that we can do in a relationship. People show you exactly who they are. And so if they are showing up late, they're disrespecting you. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt when they're constantly late. If they are, putting you down, kind of giving you backhanded compliments, joking, but calling you names, that's all about them. That has nothing to do with you. They are showing you exactly who they are, and they got to work on themselves. You deserve the best partner should you choose to have one. So don't lower your standards to somebody who treats you poorly. Just please don't do it. And this is where when you work on yourself, you will never allow this. You just won't. You draw a line in the sand and say, don't cross it. Don't cross it. Because that's good self-esteem and that's good self-respect. Now let's talk about relationships with family. Boy, can this get dicey. Woo! Because the relationship with yourself, you can work on that. You have control over that. The relationship with a partner, if you allow yourself to have control over that, you do. You have control over how you relate to a partner. With family, we don't choose family. We are born into it. So the problem with family is that they can be the biggest presser of all of your buttons and all of your triggers. So how do you find peace while maintaining yourself? That is like the big thing. That's the big thing. So forgiveness heals old wounds. I'm going to talk about that when I talk about the feelings kit. It is so important to work on forgiveness. So if you go to my Facebook page, Manifested Harmony, today, which is what, June 12th, 2019, I did a Facebook Live on a forgiveness ritual. If you need to heal old wounds, this is a ritual that you need to do. I forgot to put it in this presentation, but you can go onto the Facebook page and see it. If you're in my oil team, I did it on our private page yesterday, June 11th. If you're struggling with childhood memories, if anything still bothers you, if you see a person or think of a person and you start getting revved up, it could be sad or hurt or angry, then that needs to be forgiven. That needs to be resolved. If it's a situation that still has an emotional connection to, you need to forgive it. If it's an institution that makes you angry, you need to forgive it. So this forgiveness technique is very, very important. And if you want to read about it, the book is called The Law of Forgiveness by Connie Domino. And it is just such a simple thing. What I can do is, for those of you who registered, I will email you the protocol when I send you the recording. So forgiveness is important. Healing those old wounds is important. Creating healthy boundaries, letting your family know who you are. Maybe they view you as the child. Like, I'm the baby of the family, and sometimes I still am viewed as the baby. And it's like, you know what? This year I celebrate my 25th anniversary as an attorney. Yeah, I'm not a baby. So it's letting your family know who you are and what phase of life you're in, and being firm, setting those healthy boundaries. And, if they struggle to view you in a different way, speak up with kindness. Let them know, hey, I'm not a child, or please don't speak to me this way. It hurts my feelings. When you suppress your feelings to keep the peace, that actually creates more family drama. When you brush the problems under the rug, that creates a bigger drama. It's about understanding where people are at, letting them go, accepting that they are the way they are, but then working on yourself, because that's the only thing that you can control. You cannot control what Uncle Bob and Aunt Carol say to you at the Thanksgiving dinner table, but you can control how you respond, and speaking up for yourself, and doing it with kindness, not getting mad, not getting angry. And then when you have those toxic relatives, it's about limiting time with them, because, like I said, people show you exactly who they are. Are you going to change them? Probably not. What you can control is the time that you spend with them. And we all know those people. And you do, the thing about self-care that is not selfish, but is self-care, is that it's your life. You can decide who you spend time with. And this just makes me so sad for people when they feel like they don't get a choice. You absolutely get a choice on who you spend your time with. And then it's about being you, regardless of what their opinion is. You be you, you flaunt you, and just pursue your dreams. Doesn't matter if your family disapproves. If you have a dream, and as long as it isn't dangerous and going to hurt somebody, go for it. If they got fear issues, that's their problem. And just tell them, you know what? Those are your issues. Do not put them on me. I'm going to go for it. And I'd love it if you would cheer me on. Okay? So family can be really dicey. And I'm actually going to talk about a product that can help you with family relations. So hang on for that. Let's go to the next relationship, and this is relationships at work. So here, you really can't choose your coworkers. You can choose where you work. And unless you're the boss, or unless you have your own business, you really can't choose necessarily who you work with. So you spend half of your waking hours in the workplace. So if you're surrounded by toxic, soul-sucking, life-draining, gossipy, backstabbing, nasty, negative people, and I know you all thought of somebody. I know you thought of somebody. If you choose to associate with them, that is going to be the title of your book of life. That you chose to spend time with them. Because here's the thing. In a workspace, you're going to find a positive person. You may have 100 people all working in a crowded space. There's one person. There is one kindred spirit there. You find that person. You have to be you, though. If you go in trying to be someone else that you are not, if you don't shine your gifts, if you don't let your talent shine, if you are not you, if you did not work on you, like in that first slide, you are never going to find that kindred spirit because you're covered up. Find that kindred spirit, let the rest go. Who says you have to be friendly or friends with everybody you work with? It's a workplace, okay? You can be polite and you can be respectful, but you don't have to be friends. So limit your social time. Don't hang out at the coffee pot. Don't hang out at the water dispenser. Don't go to happy hour if you don't want to. Don't let anybody pressure you into that. Limit your time, avoid the toxic people. When you see the toxic person coming, it's so easy to just pick up the phone and pretend like you're talking. Avoid them. And when I talk about the products in a little bit, these products are going to change your vibrational energy to where they just will no longer be attracted to you. They won't come for you. Okay? So it's about setting healthy boundaries, letting your gift shine, letting you shine. Don't try to be somebody else because you're never going to find that kindred spirit at work. Okay, before I get into friendships, which is another dicey topic, I want to talk about the 10 signs of a toxic friendship. There's actually 100 signs of a toxic friendship. And as we age, it really gets more difficult to find and maintain friendships because either they are in a partnership and they've totally lost themselves, or they are too busy in work and they've totally lost themselves, or they just let friendships suffer because they're dealing with their own stuff. And friendships that are toxic or draining are actually not friendships. They are obligations. You spend time with these people out of obligation, not because you want to. So this is one relationship that you have total and complete control over. Total and complete control. Here are the top signs of a toxic friendship. You give more than you get. This is the friend that monopolizes the conversation. They never ask you how you're doing. If your pet dies, if your parent dies, if somebody's sick, they never ask. They never really genuinely ask you, how are you? Are you okay? They just monopolize the conversation. It's just me all the time. Number 2, you don't trust them. They are unreliable. They say they're going to meet you somewhere. 9 times out of 10, they cancel. Something always comes up. They're just a constant letdown. And so you just don't trust them. You don't trust them. Number 3, you dread checking your phone because when it dings and you see their name, you're like, ugh, because it's some drama. It's some drama. It's something negative. It's something gossipy. They're canceling again. You dread checking your phone. Number 4, you just don't enjoy spending time with them. It's an obligation relationship. It's not a friendship. And secretly, you're happy when they cancel. I know you're all thinking about somebody. You're all thinking about somebody that's checking off these lists. Because we all know these people. And they need to go back to the first slide and work on themselves. So you can send them this recording. Feel free to do that. Number 5, you don't like who you become when you're around them. So you get swept up into bad behavior, gossipy behavior, walking on eggshells, sweeping things under the rug. You just don't, you end time with them and you get home and you're like, ugh, what was that? I don't like how I ate. I drank too much. I ate too much. I spent too much. Yeah, you don't like who you become. Number 6, you know they badmouth everyone, so you know that they badmouth you. So a complaint shared between friends once in a blue moon is okay, because what you're doing is you're getting something off your chest, especially if you follow the complaint with, what should I do? Or do you have any advice on how I can resolve this? Well, that's not what this friend does. This friend complains for the sake of complaining, tears down people for the joy of it, throws people under the bus, gossips, has to be always the first to know stuff, the juicier the better. Reminds me of Don Henley's song, Dirty Laundry. That's their mantra. That is their life song. So they're not trying to resolve a situation. They just want to complain. And if they're doing that, and they tend to do it in every conversation, you know they're doing it about you. I actually ended a friendship not too long ago that I had had for many years because this is what she did. And it's like, no, I'm not. You're dragging down my energy and you're toxic. It's okay to let them go. Number 7, your friendship is more of a competition. So if you find yourself getting caught up in, who's got the best clothes, who's got the best purse, who's, got the best outdoor decorations, things like that, it's not a friendship. That's a competition. And that's on you if you're feeling that way, if you're getting sucked into that. If they are competing with you, that's toxic. And it's time to let them go. Number 8, they give you backhanded compliments or jokes at your expense. They call you, Little Miss Know-It-All, or, Little Miss Social Butterfly. And those may seem very innocent, but what they're doing is they're tearing you down. Because being a social butterfly is a good thing. Knowing stuff, being a learned person is a great thing. And if they knock you down for that, that is toxic. That is absolutely toxic. They do not have good intentions when it comes to you. They are looking for flaws because they are so flawed that they want to drag you down into the mud with them. Let that person go. Let them go. Because remember what I said? People show you exactly who they are. Let them go. Number 9, you make excuses for them. Oh, she's having a bad day. You know what? She's always having a bad day. Stop making excuses for her. When you have to make an excuse for somebody, especially for chronic bad behavior, they're toxic. Let them go. And then number 10, you just feel used. You just feel used. So you go out for dinner, you're on a budget. So you order a small salad and maybe a glass of water because you're thinking, I've got $7 to my name right now, or $7 in my budget to go out. I want to go out and have fun. I don't want to go out and spend $100 on a meal. She orders up 3 drinks, an appetizer, surf and turf. Her part of the meal was like $60. And when the check comes, she's like, oh, we'll just split it. No. This is where taking care of yourself first, learning to speak up for yourself and saying, no, $60 meal, I'm paying my portion, you pay your portion. That person doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about you. So if you feel used, let them go. So it's okay to have different levels of friendship, to have acquaintances and work relationships, and then true friendships. It's okay to have different levels. And you can put the toxic people on like a work relationship or a acquaintance level. That is okay to do. Because if you want to be happy, you need to be discerning about who surrounds you. Because you are the average of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. You are the average. So if you are kind of at the top of the pack when it comes to positivity and being supportive and uplifting and encouraging and come on, we can do this, let's go have fun. If you are at the top of that group, you need to friend up. You need to friend up because they will drag you down. It's about understanding that you really owe them nothing. And this is not meant to be harsh and to just start ditching people left and right. But if somebody is toxic to you, it's okay to let them go. And when we talk about some of the products, it's going to change your frequency so that you stop drawing in those people, because you may find that you keep drawing in those people. That is an energy about you that they are feeding off of. It's about creating healthy boundaries. It's about working on yourself. And it's giving yourself permission to say no. No, I'm not splitting the bill. No, you cannot talk about her that way. No, I don't want to go out. No, I don't want to see that movie. It's okay to end a friendship. It's okay to limit a friendship. It's okay to limit the social media friends that you have that maybe make you feel a little inferior. Keep working on yourself so that you don't feel that way. You have permission, because this is the one category where you have total control. So if you are thinking, oh my gosh, Allie, as you're talking about this stuff, I'm kind of surrounded by some nightmarish friends. You have control over that. You have control. Work on yourself, and you may find that this resolves naturally. All right, relationships with animals and nature. These are my people. So relationships with animals, and whether you have a pet or not, I think we all can agree pets are just unconditional love. They don't judge. When you come in the door after work, they're excited to see you. They are. If you're having a bad day, they're there for you. They don't look at you and say, what's your problem? You've got a chip on your shoulder. Why did you say that to me? No, they love you. They are so healing. And this is a really important relationship. Now, if you don't have a pet, just connecting to animals and nature. Time with animals and nature is so connective. It is so healing. We are in such transformative, significant energy shifts on this planet right now. Significant. Connecting with nature, connecting with wildlife and animals in general. Their feet are on the ground. They're connected to the earth. They're very grounded through all of this. We're the ones that are floating up here because of all this technology. Be with these animals. You will be amazed at how you rejuvenate. So last week, I took my essential oil team. We have a monthly meetup, and we're starting to get outdoors now since it's nicer, and we went to a nature park. I made them all hug a tree. I'm like, you need to hug a tree. Hug a tree. Because we are relating to nature. It will balance you after a day of technology or living in the city, and to deal with these energy shifts. Or go hang out with the moose. So that photo is me in Alaska, and I was actually giving energy healing. His name is Teddy, and he's at a conservation center. He'll live his whole life there, because he was abandoned as a baby. Super friendly, and I gave him Reiki, and he gave it right back to me. It was amazing. So these relationships are such beautiful self-care, beautiful self-care. So find a way to connect with animals and nature. And then it's about finding your tribe in all of this. Your tribe at work, your tribe in your family, your tribe in your friendships, your tribe everywhere. Who are your people? Who are your people? We spend so much time online these days that we're missing these true relationships. And unfortunately, this is just kind of the reality of how we connect, but we're missing these relationships to the point where people won't even pick up their phone anymore when they get a phone call, because they're like, why is somebody calling me? Think back to when you were a teenager, especially if you're in your 40s and 50s. Our mothers could not pry us off the phones. We'd come home from school and we'd have a phone in our ear for 5 hours. We wouldn't do our homework. What shifted? It's the online relationships. So, whether it's friends, family, or work, having your tribe is very important to your overall health and self-care. And having the right positive, supportive, uplifting people is going to nurture you long-term. So it's about identifying what you want in the people around you. And then what you can give to those people, because these are give and take relationships. You can have as many tribes as you want, but the common theme is that you want to spend time with these people. So like I have a work tribe. I have multiple work tribes. And even though it's work, like right now, technically doing this webinar is work, not work in the 4-letter sense. I love this. I love talking to you guys. Give me some questions. I love answering questions. You're my tribe. I love this. You know, I have friends that are my tribe. And it's very uplifting. It's self-care. That's what it is. So invite people to be in your tribe. Connect with them. Promote them. Cheer you on. And be you. When you are you, you will attract your tribe. When you have not worked on your relationship with yourself, you attract toxic people. Okay? So this is actually a photo of part of my Young Living tribe at a convention a couple of years ago. We're all pretty happy. So, okay, I always like to dive into the chakras. We're dealing with the heart chakra for this self-care topic because our heart chakra is all about emotions. It's all about the balance of our emotions, the balance of love to others, love to ourselves. It's about compassion and empathy. It's about forgiveness. Because if we have not forgiven, our heart chakra is just not going to be balanced. So our heart chakra addresses physically our heart, our lungs, our thymus, which is right between our heart and our throat, our chest, our shoulders, our arms, our hands. We can feel chest pain, congestion. We can have a pasty complexion if we're out of balance. We can have blood pressure issues, cold sweats, immune deficiencies. If you are balanced, your personality is warm, it's sincere, it's happy. You have a connection to life. You want to help others. You want to give to others. You're just peaceful when the whole world is going crazy around you. If your heart chakra is depleted, you're antisocial, you're withdrawn, you isolate yourself. You're intolerant of other people. I find this a lot. I do a lot of work with animals, and I find people who have given up on people and solely want to be with animals. I mean, I joke about it that animals are my people, but people are my people too. When you become intolerant of people, you just have a depleted heart chakra, and you can work on it. When you're critical and judgmental of other people, if you're lonely, if you lack empathy, it's just a depleted heart chakra. Now, what if it's the other end, where your heart chakra is excessive or inflamed? That can result in codependency, where you're just clinging to people. You're clinging to those toxic relationships and you won't let them go. Or you can be demanding or jealous. Now, to help balance the heart chakra, I'm going to talk about some products. We're almost right there. But for people who like crystals, I like the combination of malachite and rhodochrosite on the heart chakra. That is called the Emotional Detox Crystal Duo. You can use something gentle like rose quartz or green aventurine, but if you really want to get out some emotional toxins, malachite with rhodochrosite. Don't use malachite by itself because that is the emotional kick your butt crystal. Pair it with rhodochrosite to soften it, all right? All right, so as we dive into some lifestyle techniques and then the products, these are the top 10 things that I believe that every one of us should do every day. This is what I do every day, and this is easy self-care. So it is choosing joy, finding gratitude, and giving yourself love every day. It is using essential oils in the shower. It's drinking Ningxia Red. It's drinking oils in your water, because we should be drinking at least 64 ounces of water a day. That is self-care. Mani-pedis are fun, not necessarily self-care. Drinking water is self-care. Having an essential oil skincare routine, spending quiet time every day, even just 5 minutes. Adding whole foods into each meal. Moving, stretching, get going. Using Progestins Plus at bedtime if you're a woman, and getting restful sleep at night by using essential oils in your diffuser. You do those every day, you have great self-care. Great self-care. So let's talk about some additional lifestyle techniques. So to physically feel your best so that you can have the best relationships that you want, you got to eat healthy whole foods. Preferably organic, because it's pretty scary what they spray on foods these days. So healthy whole foods, try to avoid things from a bag, a box, or a drive-in window. Don't get me wrong, we all have those moments when we want, for me, it's organic cheese popcorn. Comes in a bag from Whole Foods. I love it. We all have those moments. Try to eat healthy whole foods with every meal. Drink water. Drink water, 64 ounces at least a day. Move. And just let go of what no longer serves you. Just give yourself permission to let it go. You're just going to feel like you decluttered your house because you just decluttered yourself by letting go. When it comes to mindset, I really want you to spend, after this is done, this class is done, I want you to stay where you are and write down the 10 best things about you. 10 best things. And then I want you to pin it to your bathroom mirror. And I want you to look at it every day. 10 best things. And it could be, you know what? I have good looking toenails. It could be that. It could be, I wear fun scarves. I love animals. I'm a kind person. 10 things. Okay? You got to promise me that you're going to do that. Create a morning ritual. When you have a morning ritual of self-care, you're going to be at your best and your whole day is going to go better. Celebrating small victories. If nobody's celebrating with you, you celebrate. When something good happens, you do a little happy dance. I sit here in my home office all day long and I'm like, yeah, happy dance. Celebrate small victories. It boosts your self-esteem. Use positive affirmations and intentions and visualization and vision boards. It will help your mindset to stop talking so badly to yourself, because a lot of that is subconscious. That's going to help turn it around. And then gathering for wellness and purpose and abundance. Bring your tribe together. And I'm going to focus on oils with this because this is what I love to do, and people love it. Host an oil gathering. People love to smell these oils. Host a Savvy Minerals Girl Night makeup event. Host a beauty school. Host a picnic where everybody brings oily foods. You know, lavender lemon lemonade, or somebody makes lime ice cream, you know, with blueberries. You know, host a rosé and rollerball event. Host a pet oil class in a park and have all your friends bring their dogs. Do a demo. You know, host a self-care class at an animal shelter or at an assisted living facility, because those people work so hard. Do stuff like that. And you'll feel great. You will absolutely feel great. All right. Let's see. Let's start talking about the products. All right. So I always pick 4 products to go along with the topic. So for our physical body, our product of the month is Agiles. Now, Agiles, why did I pick that? What does that have to do with relationships? So that you can be active in relationships. This is your joint health supplement to reduce discomfort and our response to inflammation. Because if you're achy and stiff and can't move, that limits your relationships. So it has frankincense resin powder, which is anti-inflammatory. It has undenatured collagen, which is unique when it comes to joint support. Very unique, and Young Living has it. It has anti-inflammatory oils like copaiba, wintergreen clove, black spruce. It has glucosamine, turmeric. You take this preventatively. Don't wait for the stiffness and the creakiness to happen. But this is your self-care for your physical body and relationships. All right, emotionally, oh my gosh, the feelings kit. So this is your, okay, on my Facebook page, tomorrow I'm going to walk through the feelings kit. For my essential oil team, I did it today on the private page. I'm also going to email you, if you registered, the protocol. Okay, so I'm not going to do it. I've already done this twice today and I've really been feeling it. But I'm going to email you the protocol. It's really easy to use. But this is your emotional toolkit for identifying, processing, and releasing emotions that you no longer want to hold on to. It helps to reprogram core beliefs, so talking not nice to yourself. It helps you move through grief and to transform past memories so that they're not so reactive. Our belief system is set by the age of 7. So there were a lot of things that we experienced as a child that we had no control over, yet those beliefs control us now. This is where this kit comes in. It's a very transformative kit, and it's going to move us into positive energy by dropping the negative emotions that hold us back. So you use it when you're toxic with people. You use it when you're around toxic people, or when people are taking your power, or people who disrespect you, or people who are difficult. And you're going to find yourself stronger and able to set healthy boundaries. Okay? I also use this with pets. So I will also be doing a video on how to use this with pets. Now, we use the oils in a particular order. We start with Valor, because you have to have courage first. Then we move on to Harmony, because Harmony has 17 oils to harmonize all of the energy fields and how you're going to respond to life around you. And when you have difficulty in one relationship, it's going to impact all of your relationships. So this oil gets our energy flowing so that we feel more control in our life. And it's really good for situations when you are with people who take your power, or when you feel ignored, or when you feel trampled on. The next oil is Forgiveness. This is a very high frequency oil, and when we are around high frequency, it helps us to release quicker because our spiritual awareness is heightened, and it allows our soul to forgive and to move on. When we hold on to unforgiveness, disease can set in, so this is powerful. The next oil is Release, and is for releasing negative memories at the cellular level. So it helps us to release anger, and it helps you to get unstuck and to move forward. Then Present Time is the next oil. There's only 3 oils in that blend, but it smells divine. I'm going to smell it right now. It is great for putting you in the moment. It is great to smell if you are consumed with regret or past, regret of the past, or worries of the future, or if you are replaying a situation in your mind and you're going down the rabbit hole. It is really good for those dealing with loss or buried emotions, and it reunites the mind and the body during times of fear. Powerful. The next oil you use is Inner Child, which helps us to reconnect to our inner child and our inner self. Things happen in our lives that can cut us off from who we really are, and then we feel like we're actually not living our life. Like we don't know what our purpose is. And especially if you experience any sort of maltreatment as a child, this is a very important oil to reconnect that part of your soul to this life. If you blame your childhood or your parents for your current situation, you use the Inner Child oil. If you feel like you've lost a part of yourself, you use the Inner Child oil. If you feel like you're a shell of a person and shut down, you use Inner Child. If you spend too much time serving others and not yourself, you use Inner Child. This is the oil of self-love. It's amazing. It smells so beautiful, you can wear it as perfume. And then you end the protocol by going back to Valor. Okay? I will email you that protocol of what to do because it comes with affirmations too. It's amazing. All right, next product for your mental body. This is where your thoughts and your beliefs are stored. Ula Family. Yes, there is a blend called Ula Family. It has 18 different oils. It's got oils like ylang-ylang, neroli, geranium, jasmine. Oh, that just smells good. Oh, that smells good. This supports feelings of patience, respect, and love, which we all need towards family, even if sometimes they don't deserve it, while uplifting your body and calming the mind. This helps you to know yourself, to be yourself, and to harmonize energy between people and animals. So, hey, when you have a family gathering, pop this baby in the diffuser. It's also really great for workspaces and in homes that are experiencing discord and struggles. It helps you to release negative mindset about family. So if you're going to be seeing family, just start smelling this. Take this with you, smell it, and use the affirmation, I am unconditionally loving, patient, and respectful. That's really good in the workplace too, right? All right, last oil, Trauma Life. Ooh, this is a new bottle I get to crack open. So Trauma Life, this is a powerful blend to help with shock and grief, stress, trauma, and high emotional reactions. Oh, that smells like a unicorn burped kitten breaths. It just smells divine. It has frankincense and rose in it. Oh, it's got something else in it, and I don't know what it is, and I'm going to have to go and look at the individual oils. That smells like unicorns are burping kitten breaths. Seriously, it is divine. Because everything from a unicorn is perfection, right? You know that? So this helps with emotional stress from the past, which can be triggered when we see family or friends. The calming oil when panic or chaos is happening. Super great in the workplace or during stressful family or relationship gatherings or friendship gatherings. When you're working on forgiveness, when you're ready to have a healing conversation, or when you're ready to just let it go without a conversation, you're ready to move out of victim mode, you're ready to move beyond the grief and heal, this is your oil. It energetically goes to the root of past experiences and releases them. One of my past kitties, who's now an angel, Jacob, lost a minimum of 3 homes due to no fault of his own. And by the time he came to me, he was a shell of a cat, totally heartbroken. Trauma Life pulled him out. I didn't know what happened to him, but Trauma Life pulled him out. That is powerful. And that smells amazing. Unicorns burping kitten's breath. Remember that. Feel free to use that. All right. I always like to make book recommendations. We are near the end. I have done this a whole lot faster than I thought I was going to do this. Maybe I can actually do the forgiveness protocol if you want. Type in the comments. For those of you who are here, do you want me to walk you through the forgiveness protocol? I'm going to email it to you. But for those who are watching the recording, I don't have your email. So let me know if you want me to do that. It'll take me like 2 minutes. All right. The books I recommend, and it's hard to put these in physical, emotional, mental, spiritual layers, but I try to. The book Soup by John Gordon is amazing because it helps you create a culture of greatness, not only in work, whether you own your business or not, but just in your life and about optimizing relationships. It's told it's a story. You got to read it. Soup is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. I love it because it involves a soup restaurant. I mean, it's great. And it has beautiful lessons that you can physically put into action in all of your relationships. The next book is Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils by Carolyn Main. This book is one of my Bibles. I love it. It is awesome. It is specific. Whoops, what happened? It is specific on how to utilize Young Living oils to release trapped emotions. There's charts in there about pressure points on the body, about where emotions are stored. This is a phenomenal book. For your mental relationship with yourself, this right now is free on Kindle, so go get it. It's called The Unlimited Self, Destroy Limiting Beliefs, Uncover Inner Greatness, and Live a Good Life. Well, that kind of says it all. Go grab it on Kindle. It's free. And if you, like on my phone, like I don't have a Kindle, I like paper books, but for some reason I can download stuff onto my phone. So I just read it on my phone without having a Kindle. That's free. The last book, one of my favorite books of all times, is called The Goddess Pages by Lori Sue Brockway. And this is about freeing yourself to find love and happiness, and goes through dozens of goddesses, what they do, what they mean, how to call them into your life. Rituals, like right now I've got a ritual going on here with Lakshmi. She's sitting here on my desk next to a crystal grid. So it is such an intriguing book. I love it. I love this book. It's going to give you a real spiritual connection to relationships and to relationships with spirit. All right. So I like this quote. Of all the people you will know in a lifetime, you are the only one you will never leave or lose. To the question of your life, you are the only answer. To the problems of your life, you are the only solution. This is why the relationship with yourself is great. All right, so I will email you all. I'm not going to do the forgiveness protocol because we're already at an hour, but I will be doing it on my Facebook page on Manifested Harmony. I will email it to those who registered. If you are watching this, you just found it on YouTube, just email me and I will send you the forgiveness protocol as well as the protocol for the feelings kit. And if you are not in Young Living and you are ready to get started, get your wholesale discount by getting your starter kit. So whoever invited you to watch this, please enroll with them. They were kind enough to invite you and to share. If nobody invited you, you are welcome to join my team where I have a private Facebook page with lots of free training. I'll send you free educational materials. And you will really learn a lot of stuff because these oils are more than just little bottles. This is a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle of physical wellness, getting toxins out of your life, emotional wellness, getting toxins out of your emotions, mental wellness, working on core beliefs to be the best that you can be, and spiritual wellness. I cover all of these areas because of my energy healing background. There is so much that these products can do for you to benefit you, your kids, your family, your pets. So if you're ready, you can just go ahead and get started at youngliving.com. My member number is on the screen, or whoever invited you put in their member number. Get your starter kit and get started. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, I'd love to have you. And let me see if I have any questions before I end this webinar. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I can't believe I got it done in an hour. Boom. Because this is a big topic. This is a big topic. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And next month, the topic is self-care and fun. And you may think, well, fun is self-care. Yeah, but are you letting yourself have fun? Isn't that the million-dollar question? The online class is going to be Wednesday, July 10th, 7 p.m. So I hope to see you there. And take care, everybody. Let me know if you have questions. Have a good night.